Things are about to get dicey. Barbados, guide us. Quietly now. Bust it. Here comes the cash. Gotcha. Bust it.
I am so amazed at how fast and versatile Yelan can be. And that footage that you just saw, it took a while to get there. I want to share with you my experience with C0 Yelan and some helpful tips to make your Yelan experience even better in Genshin Impact. So I started off the stream with terrible luck on my pulls. Link to that video below if you want to see pain. But I ended up with C0 R1 Yelan. And of course, the triple crown. But towards the end of the video, we kind of ended up ditching our 5-star for something else. Once I got Yelan, initially, I was trying to find a team that kind of focuses around Yelan being an on-field DPS. Because yes, of course, everyone just thinks Yelan is a 5-star Shincho, and they all just want to pair her with Hu Tao or some kind of national team. And yes, I do show that later in the video, but like I said, initially, I wanted to try and give Yelan the spotlight because she is a character that obviously deserves the spotlight. And because her kit scales off of HP, a lot of artifacts and supports get thrown out the window. But you know who doesn't get thrown out the window? Mona, because her omen damage bonus still helps Yelan. It's not based on attack, it's just an initial bonus. And of course, the other obvious choice is Kazuboy. And the 4th slot in your team, well, for me, I was kind of playing around with the 4th slot. At first, I had put Shenhe for her passive damage bonus that she gives with her elemental skill. And I had a somewhat hopium plan, try and freeze enemies.
Let's go! Windstrider! By ordinance divine! Decided by destiny!
Get them, boys, get them. Nice.
I'm hanging at you with the best idea. Take it easy. Fate is upon you. Manifest.
But eventually, I ended up scrapping that idea and switching to Raiden Shogun. Because Raiden Shogun can increase her elemental burst damage. And back to the Primo Vis shop we went just to find out that it has hydro resistance. So out of frustrations, I still attacked it. It's a big string right there.
As one with wind and cloud. Illusion shattered. Decided by destiny.
I'm still hitting 15k. I'm still hitting 15k. But I just ended up killing it with my Raiden Shogun.
Nazuma shines eternal. Shine down.
After it went deado, I messed around for a bit in order to wait for it to respawn with hopefully no hydro resistance. But a couple minutes later, when it did respawn, guess what? Hydro resistance again. So I just didn't even bother with it. I went to go battle the Raiden Shogun weekly boss, but this team quickly made me realize that yeah, I think I need a healer on this team. Oh no, oh no! Don't die on me, girl! So instead of Raiden Shogun, I thought, hey, maybe I should just use Chi-Chi.
What's happening?
You can normal attack and proc Yelan's burst pretty well. You can keep herself and the team alive. And since I have lost 5 50-50s to her, I might as well try and make her useful. So I was tired of the open world and I was like, yeah, let's just go to Spiral Abyss. And when we went there, I decided to replace Kazuboy with Venti. Because on floor 1, Venti is just easier and I don't have to think that much. And here was my first Abyss run with a Yelan team.
Let's get down to business.
Busted.
Think you can get away? Yahoo!
Written in the stars. Deadly. Things are about to get dicey.
Orders given. Orders received. Life goes on. Time for takeoff. Let's play. Fate is upon you.
Okay.
Shadows of no. Quietly now. Game's up. On silver.
Faster. Think you can get away?
Help me, mommy!
Written in the stars. Delved into. Busted.
Sacred name. Fortune preserver.
Here comes the cash.
Honestly, I wasn't really comfortable with Yelan's kit at this moment, and the run wasn't bad, but it also wasn't good as well. But in this Abyss run, I got a taste of Vaporize.
Blood decided by destiny.
I got care of this.
Gotcha.
127k. Oh my gosh. Yo, yeah, we need to try Vaporize. We need to try Vaporize. Go get him, Yelan. Get him, Yelan. And so now, that was my direction. A Vaporize Yelan team. The first team that came to mind was the same one that I used for my best DPS mono video. You can find that link in the description as well if you want. And I know Bennett and double pyro resonance is useless for Yelan, but Bennett's pyro application, his burst uptime, and his healing is what I wanted for Yelan. So now I was ready for my first attempt of a somewhat on-field DPS Vaporize Yelan. And here's what I got.
Another test.
Clouds high. The birds come.
At the frying pan, into the fire.
Here comes the catch.
Still got melted.
I'm going in.
Into the wind. As one with wind and cloud. Wind strike.
Nice and spicy.
Gotcha. Game's up. Fun's over.
Test subject.
Teamwork is true.
One with nature. Fallen leaves. Adorn my... Here comes the catch.
At the frying pan, into the fire.
Quietly.
Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. This is where I started to get the rhythm with Yelan. I was starting to use her elemental skill, her breakthrough shot, and her burst together. Before I wanted to mess around more with main DPS Yelan, I quickly wanted to pair her with Hu Tao just to see their synergy together.
Oh, is it time for me to join you?
Yes, it's Hu Tao time. Oh, and remember that stubborn Hydro resistance Primo Bishop? Yeah, it's time for him to go deado.
Fallen leaves. Adorn my night. Things are about to get dicey.
Oh my gosh. I didn't even use my burst. That's what he gets for having Hydro resistance. F that guy. And a quick Spiral Abyss showcase was next as well.
The wind knows me. Fallen leaves. Adorn my night.
Stabilize. Order guide you. Another test subject.
Busted. Here comes the
Little taste.
The only thing I have to say is that the Pyro Shield in this floor really hinders the potential of this team. I know Spiral Abyss isn't really a good showcase at the moment, but it's what we have right now. But I think the first floor is pretty good before you get into like shield breaking impact. So even though we had those stupid Pyro Shields on the first half, the second half shows potentially how good this team can be. Oops.
This is order. Gather.
quietly now. Here comes the catch.
Oh no, electro shields. Oh no. Oh, whatever. They still die, right? Yep, doesn't even matter. They just dead. If you have Hu Tao, Yelan with high energy recharge is a good option to pair with. Before switching back to main DPS Yelan, I want to ask you to please like the video, subscribe if you have not already, and leave a comment sharing if you're a Yelan haver or not, and if you will eventually become one. All three of those things are really important for the algorithm, and I would really appreciate it if you did all of that. Thank you. Now back to main DPS Yelan. I had a thought. If Shincho uses a sacrificial sword, why can't Yelan use a sacrificial bow? Especially if you have a Yelan that's struggling to get her burst back up consistently. And so we went ahead and gave it a try. Oh, I'm fast as...
Quietly now.
Wait, it doesn't reset her skill or what? Why did my sac bow reset? Maybe it didn't proc?
Take it easy. Here comes the catch.
I'm stuck, boys. I'm stuck. There it is.
Gotcha.
Look at that. I'm like Shincho now. Hello? Sac bow? I'm like Shincho now.
Things are about to get dicey. Quietly now.
And you have 2 skills. It's like you have C1. Like if you want a Shinsho, just give her the sack bow and give her Emblem of Absurd Fate. You could probably also get away with HP Sans Piece with Emblem of Absurd Fate. You can just do double vapes, right? $52K?
Gotcha.
$52K? And then just end his life. Oh, I missed. Yeah, let's try that again, actually.
Here comes the cash. Busted.
Wait.
Quietly now.
So at this moment, I was finally not Pepega and decided to actually read her kit in detail. And I'm sorry guys, I'm more of a hands-on learner, so I like to mess around with the character like Yelan first, then go into her details later. But anyways, at this point of the stream, it was all starting to come together for me. Yelan's burst does a coordinated attack with her elemental skill, which means you're not completely wasting her burst uptime while you're casting her skill. And her skill has a 34% chance to refresh her breakthrough arrow. As soon as I read that, I was like, oh my gosh. Yeah, it's sucky that it's a Gamba, but that could potentially be really good, especially if you're hitting multiple enemies. Each enemy has a 34% chance to refresh your character. In my head, I was thinking, well, if there's a lot of mobs, then you could potentially have a breakthrough arrow every elemental skill. And I proceeded to learn some more interesting facts. She can freaking zoom through the map if you have C2 Jean, Double Animal, and Rosaria and traveling through the night. She's like freaking Speed Racer or Sonic, actually. You know what? Yeah, she's like Sonic.
You're too slow!
I didn't know this, but when you're doing her hold elemental skill, you can cancel out of it with like a jump or pressing the right click. A lot of this footage in this stream, I was kind of like not doing that, so if you see some bad gameplay, I'm sorry. And so now was the time to figure out a smooth rotation that will utilize all of her kit.
Wind, hear me. Here comes the cash. Quietly now. Gotcha.
Oh my gosh, that's how you use Yelan.
Game's up. Fun's over. Gotcha.
Dang, boy. Yeah, that's freaking way cooler. Sacrificial bow, man, all the way. The rotation was looking pretty smooth, but the only thing I was missing was using my breakthrough arrow at the start in order to attempt to refresh it after the elemental skill. And with this information and a little bit of luck, you can do stuff like this with Yelan.
These are about to get dicey. Barbados, guide us. Quietly now. Busted. Here comes the cash. Gotcha. Busted.
Oh yeah. Not gonna lie, after using the sack bow, it was making me question if I really needed to pull a 5-star weapon. But what's in the past is in the past. Anyways, now that we found our rhythm with Yelan, I wanted to put this on-field capability to the test with one last Spiral Abyss run, and let's just say it was really satisfying. Alright, let's try this, see if it works.
Teamwork is strength. Think you can get away?
These are about to get dicey. Busted. Gotcha.
You're toast! Everybody stand! Time for takeoff. Let's play! Eat this!
Here comes the cash.
Fall before me.
Busted.
Waste my wing.
Going in!
Dude.
Think you can get away?
Quietly now. Game's up. Fun's over. Busted.
Oh yeah, dude. That's it right there. My final thoughts on C0 Yelan are just like, wow. Much better than I had imagined. She is so strong, and yeah, she can be a 5-star Shincho, but I think there's so much more you can do with her, and she has potential to be one of the best units in the game. Let me know if you enjoyed the video, guys, with a like and a subscribe. I love to do showcase videos on my channel, so subscribe if you enjoy that type of content. Summer is here, so I promise I will be making more content over the next few months, so be sure to click on my videos. Please just click on them. It really helps a lot if you just click on them. please, guys. Anyways, thank you so much, guys. This is Hydrosam. I love y'all, and I will see you in the next video.